I'm Karen from the Shabby Attic, and this is, you guessed it, this is Fix My Furniture. Yay! And we are here in Lansdale, Pennsylvania, our hometown. And I am here with the lovely Gail in her beautiful garden. Welcome, Gail. Gail had contacted us when we put the shout out about having people contact us where we could come out and fix their furniture. She contacted us and let us know about a piece she has in her basement. Tell us about it, Gail. Tell us about your furniture.
I make jewelry and I keep all my supplies in a big armoire. So I moved my studio up to the second floor of our house and the armoire won't fit. It just won't go up. So in the basement, I have an armoire that's been down there for probably 22 years. And I thought, well, that's smaller. Maybe I could fit that up there, but it's really scary down there. And there's cobwebs and spiders. And I thought, maybe Karen can fix my furniture.
Yeah, and so I've been down to her basement, and it indeed is a bit scary down there. But she showed me the piece, and we're going to take you there in just a second. It's got lots of potential, and we're going to do a radical before and after with this. It's going to look fantastic, Gail. And I want it to reflect some of the jewelry she makes. She is a jewelry maker. She has some beautiful pieces that she showed me. And so I think we're going to take some of the colors, some of the metallics off of that, and we're going to play off of that. So we will see you in just a bit. My basement's way scarier than this.
Spiders are big.
Are they? Well, here we are. There aren't any spiders in here. Gail wiped this down very kindly for us. So this is what the piece looks like. It's kind of an old 1940s, sort of a handmade wardrobe. Probably was, somebody had supplies in this at one time. It was probably for a workroom. But we're going to make this really, really beautiful. It does have a bit of a musty thing going on, so we're going to clean that up. I'm going to show you how to do that. Also, we're going to add some appliques for the front of this. I think there is no hardware on this. I think we're going to add some hardware to this and pretty this up. We're going to bling it up. And on the bottom, you can't see it right now, but on the bottom it's flat. We're going to raise it up and put some feet on it. I think that'll be really great. If you're wondering, by the way, what's written on my shirt, it says, I may not be very smart, but I can lift heavy things.
She can.
So, and the next thing is we're going to lift this big heavy thing out of the basement. We're going to take it upstairs and we're going to get started on it. Okay, we now have this piece upstairs in her house, and first things first, we wiped it down and get all the dust and residue off it, and we're going to be using what is this? It's a 120 piece of sandpaper to rough it up a little bit. This finish is pretty whipped already and should take the paint pretty well, just even on its own, but we're going to give it just a little more, we're going to scratch it up just a little bit more and it'll take it even better. Okay, now we've sanded the front of this. Well, we've sanded all sides of it. And the next thing I'm going to do is I have these wonderful little appliques. These are panel frames and they're from Lowe's, and this size is about $9.99 each. These are going to go on our panels right in here. I'm going to center and put them on. And it's going to dress this piece up, make it really much more elegant and fancy than it is, since it's pretty much just a wood box at this point. These are great. You can use these on walls. You can use them anywhere. Usually you see these kinds of things in dining rooms where there's wainscoting, but we use them for furniture, and I'm going to show you how to put these on. Okay, very good. It's very, very good. Okay, I actually have put nail tacks. I've centered the frame out and put nail tacks in it. And now what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to open the door and I'm going to screw them from behind. Grab my drill, grab my screws, from the back. And now it fits. Once you do that, it actually pulls flush right up to the piece. Very nice. Okay, so there are now 2 coats of chalk paint on the wardrobe, and I've cleaned up some of these little appliques here. And the next thing we're going to do is put on hardware. I pre-drilled holes in the center, and that's what's next. I'm also going to do a little bit of stencil on here, and you'll see what that is. Gail, we are finally done. Yay! What do you think?
It's beautiful. It's absolutely perfect. It's not something I would have thought that I would have chosen for myself, but I can't wait to get it up into my studio and fill it with stuff.
Yeah,
gorgeous.
Gail does the most beautiful jewelry, and so I wanted this piece to reflect that. This is going to be housing all of her jewelry supplies. Her room really just needed something that just kind of popped. And the first thing that came to into my head was to make the piece look like jewelry, you know. So we have little glints of gold in it. It's a little distressed and tarnished in some areas, but I think overall it's going to really make the room sing, and it's going to house all the pieces and all the supplies that you have.
Yeah.
So it'll help you keep you organized, and that's the whole point, was to really take something that was just totally beaten and battered but had great storage in it and just make it sing. So I'm really, really happy that you like it.
I love it.
I can't wait to see it in there. And we are all done. We've wrapped up here. So we are on to episode number 4. People, we are going to be going out to a photographer's studio, and we will be overhauling her walls. And you know, you're saying, Karen, that's not furniture. But you know what? Walls are just as important, because the walls we're going to be doing a faux finish on is going to make everything else, all her furniture and all of her photography frames, really just sing, and it's going to tie everything together. So I will see you guys next time. I hope you enjoyed this. Bye.